Hello everyone. Well, if everything goes okay today, I'm going to try and do a little tutorial for you. I thought I would try and show you how to make some little journal cards, or you could possibly use them as pockets, with a vellum window in them. And so this is the basis of them, which I've already cut out. And since I thought of this idea, I also thought, why not try to put a window in to the front of an envelope with a piece of vellum behind it. But the first problem that I came up with is the big shot, because it's only 6 inches wide across here. You have to put your envelope through like that. You can't have anything wider than 6 inches. So I used my punch board and I just cut, this is actually 5 3/4 inches wide, sort of like it's 5 3/4 inches square, and so it should go through okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the circles into my envelopes, and then I'll show you how to do these little journal cards with the vellum window in these ones as well. The envelopes, you are going to need a die cutting machine, because I can't see any other way of doing it really. But with these type, you could use a large punch if you have one. So anyway, so the envelope, the die is this is about 2 inches. And can either do, I think I'm going to do one in the middle and one slightly off center. So put that in the middle. Put that through my machine. So that's that one. And then this one I'm going to do off center. I'm going to put it just over to the side a little bit. I mean, if you, I don't know what size these other die cutting machines are. You might be able to do bigger envelopes in them, but it's a bit of a nuisance really with these big shots. You can't put big pieces of paper in them. So that's the one that's been cut off to the side. So just move that out of the way. Bring in my board. Hopefully the light is not going to cause too much of a glare on there. So we might as well do the envelopes first. Piece of vellum. This is just some vellum I bought from the range. And I just want to show you what I'm planning on cutting out. I'm going to use some of these images from some flower books, and these come from this book, which is the Spotter's Guide to Wildflowers. Has lots of really nice images in it. And then this is a lovely old book that I picked up. I love the cover on this one, and this has some really pretty specimen type images in it. Really nice. Right, okay, so I've got the off-center one. So all you need to do is cut out your piece of vellum just the sort of correct size. Just, you don't have to be too thing me with it, you know. You know what I mean. So that's my scissors. So we'll just cut a piece, cut a long strip, because then hopefully I can just cut it down into smaller squares. And you need to leave a little bit of an edge here so that you can glue it. So there we go. So I'll just glue that down. Don't need too much glue. Let's glue that on there. And then I'm going to use one of these images. So I thought about maybe that one would look good. So you just cut another square out, leave plenty of space so that you can fit your image behind the vellum. You can of course use digital images with these as well. So that looks okay. Just cut that down a little bit. And then you just need a little bit of glue again, not too much because you don't want it to seep through onto the near the vellum. Just move it around a little bit. There we are, that looks okay. Just get a bit of that. See, and then there you go. You've got your, you can always add a little bit more glue, and just under there's a bit of a gap there. And then I haven't actually brought the paper down to do this, but as an afterthought, you can then add another piece of plain paper over the top just to sort of cover that part up on the back. Then all we need to do, and there we go. There's the first one. So I'll just show you again with this one. I think I want to make sure this is the correct way up, because sometimes when you cut these envelopes on the punch board, the envelope doesn't look very square. You know, it looks a bit wonky, but I think it's to do with the pattern actually. So we'll just cut another piece of vellum. Glue that down again. It started off a bit misty here this morning. It's been really misty for several days now, but it's got out quite nice and sunny now. So there we go, there's the window again. And then I think I was going to use this picture, which I thought would look, that would look really nice behind there. So just cut that one out again. I don't want to cut it down too short. Just cut that little piece off the edge there. Well, that looks quite good. Just a little bit more glue again. So, and then again, you just put the piece of paper over there just to cover it up. And there's the second one. And then with the journal cards, I've used a 2.5 inch die cut. And this is just some tea dyed sort of like copy paper. And these are just some little spare pieces of paper that I got from an old ledger book. But you can use anything. You can back them with scrapbook paper, any pieces of scrap paper that you have. So we need another piece of vellum. So again, you just do the same thing. Cut a square of vellum out. You can also use tracing paper if you want to make the window, or even acetate, I suppose. Just going to cut that down slightly. Yep, that looks okay. Just glue the edges again. Glue that on top. So yep, that looks okay. And then you just need your window behind it, your picture rather. So I don't know, what was I going to do? I think I was going to do the poppy. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. And yep, that looks okay. Just put a bit more glue. I think I put the glue too far out to the edges on that one. Just wipe some of that off. Yeah, that looks okay. And then I'll just fit one of these pieces over the back, so you've got a nice journaling spot on the back. I would just put some glue over that. I suppose you could actually just glue 3 sides down and just make it into a pocket. I'm not quite sure whether the pieces of paper might get stuck when you try to put things inside the pocket, but that's something else I'll have to have a go at sometime. That looks okay. And then I'm going to use my punch board and just round the corners off. This is getting a bit blunt, this this punch. So I just move them out of the way. And then I better just ink that up a bit. I might ink that up a little bit more actually, on the back there. So that's that one, you see, and then you can glue them onto your pages and just use it as like a tuck spot, just leave one side open, or you can just paper clip it into your book. And it's just a nice pretty little journaling spot. So that's that one. Don't know if I've got enough, don't think I brought enough pages down here to do another one. They don't look quite as pretty. Could do that one. Yeah, we'll go for that one. We'll try that one. So I'll just do another one with you. Just cut that out. Here I've got a piece of vellum that should fit on the back there, I think. Yep, so we'll just glue that down. I'm using up the backs of these pieces of paper because it came out way too grungy, so I didn't really like it. I do quite like grungy tea-dyed paper, but that just didn't come out right. I can't think what I did with this. So it was a different way that I tea-dyed actually. I think I might have just brushed the tea onto the back of that paper, and when I put it in the oven it dried up really strange and really horrible and grungy. So that looks okay. Might be an idea actually put the glue on here, mightn't it? You just get a little bit of wiggle room with this tacky glue. And then we just glue this piece on the back. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, these are 3.5 by 3.5, these pieces. I think the envelopes are 3 by 2.5 or something like 3.5 or 3.5 by 2.5, something like that. We'll just put the glue on here. The house is a bit quieter today. My son's on half term, but he's busy revising for his A-levels. And my daughter, she's at university, but she's had to go in to meet up with her lecturer today. But she's more or less finished. She's actually come to the end of her degree now, so we'll have the graduation to look forward to soon. So there's that. Just round the corners. Hope I've stayed in frame all the time. And just give that a quick ink. I mean, you could obviously ink these up and make them a lot more vintage looking. But they're good to use up little scraps of any scrapbook paper or little pieces that you've got left hanging around. So that'll do for that one for now. So there we go, that's the 2 journal cards and the 2 envelopes. So I hope you found that helpful, and if you've got any questions, just put them down below in the description box. And thanks very much for watching, and speak to you again soon. Bye.